Good morning, Cardini. It is RJ, back with another video. Let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day. Picked this up off of Facebook Marketplace. Guy was selling all his baubles. And one of them was a Mike Schmidt. Now, it was interesting. He said he was selling his baubles for $5 a piece. Well, very few people sell Mike Schmidt baubles for $5. It's almost always $20 they're asking for, which is, baubles just aren't worth anything more than $5 unless they're old. They're so mass produced. A lot of people, there's people out there who collect just baubles, but for the most part, baubles just don't hold their value. So I got this one for $5 because he actually said $5, and he lived near where I work. So like on my lunch hour, I ran out and snagged it. I guess it was a minor league release. It is a reproduction of Mike's 500th home run trot. I never haven't taken it out of the box yet, but this is what it's supposed to look like. And my one issue with this is he looks very serious here as he's running. And it's supposed to be a reproduction of this thing right here, that pose right there. If you ever get a chance, watch the video of Mike Schmidt's 500th home run. What he's doing there is he's actually incredibly joyful. He almost did this like running in place little giddy hop thing if you take a look at the video. So he's smiling and he's happy. I mean, this image, it looks like he's just serious and angry or whatever. So they did a really bad job of capturing the moment. But it was a $5 bauble of Mike Schmidt. I had to have it. Happy to have it in my collection. Today's random baseball item of the day. I always go on eBay, mostly to look and see things I've never seen before and find them. You're not going to see me buying a lot of Mike Schmidt cards on eBay. Not because I don't want to, but because there's so many other cool things on eBay. Buy a lot of Mike Schmidt cards on ComC these days. Got to get a lot for a little bit of money. I certainly do buy some cards off of eBay. But I also find all kinds of weird random sets I didn't know, or card collections I didn't know that existed. This is one of them. So I talked about this thing before. So in 1999, you can see here, Sotheby's had an auction, okay? Because a guy named Barry Halper, look it up, the Barry Halper collection, there is actually a video of him showing it off in his room, was selling off all his stuff, literally everything. He died of cancer a couple of years later, I believe. So he was selling off all his baseball memorabilia. And Barry Halper did not have the greatest baseball card collection. He did not. Barry Halper did not have the greatest autograph collection. He did not. What he had was perhaps the most amazing collection of baseball-related items ever. He had a collection of baseball items probably equal to the Hall of Fame. It was that impressive. He really was. As he was getting older, and I don't know if he knew he was going to die or if he just wanted, it was time, but he sold it all off. And this, Sotheby's made this little card set to commemorate it. And there's also another great thing. There's a video, like I said, I actually have the VHS tape, and you can see it on YouTube these days. He invited Billy Martin over to his house and showed off his cards, his collection of stuff, and it's very impressive. But in addition to this little card set, Sotheby's put out a 3-volume encased book set, like the catalog, the auction catalog was a thick bound set in a slipcover. And you could buy it afterwards too in a kind of like almost, it's not an anniversary set, but a celebration of the auction. They included the what do I want to say, the 2 auction catalogs, the big thick ones, but also a price list of what everything sold for. That's something you can get online at will on eBay. There's dozens of them. I just haven't gotten around to getting it. I had it before. I sold it years ago. I'd like to get it back. I like that because it shows so much of the history of the game through Barry Halper's collection, and the auction house has it all listed for you. So this is the card set here. It just says Barry Halper Collection, the Ultimate Record Book at Sotheby's. So you can actually order how to order baseball's Ultimate Record Book. And then this kind of shows some of the interesting things that were in the collection of each certain players or certain things. And you can see here a Babe Ruth bat, ball, and that one card there. I can't remember the name of that card in the picture there. This is all up for auction from the Halper collection. An actual Lou Gehrig glove and hat and some other kind of book. Some newspaper thing. Not sure what this is. Oh, DiMaggio. That's Joe DiMaggio in his Pacific Coast ceiling. An actual Joe Jackson autograph. I guess this is in his later years. He actually had a check. And there's a White Sox pennant. This is, the Buckner ball. I think that might be the actual ball that went through Bill Buckner's legs and a pair of Buckner's cleats and glove from that night. Like I said, this is the kind of crap that Barry Halper had. This might be, it's a Dodger warm-up jacket. It might be, oh gosh, I'm blanking on the name. The guy who gave up Bobby Thompson's home run. I'm totally blanking on the name. I'm so sorry about that. Is it on here? Does it say in the back? It kills me if I'm not going to remember. It's going to kill me. Who threw the pitch? Bobby Thompson. Oh, Ralph Branca. Good Lord, I couldn't remember it. Sorry. Here's a picture of Al Spalding took a bunch of players around the world back in the late 1800s, and this is a tour ball. I guess this is the one from Italy they used. You can see there, but that's their picture at the Sphinx. One of the first Hall of Fame plaques of Al Cartwright, or Alexander Cartwright, who invented baseball or drew up the rules. He didn't necessarily invent baseball. A Ty Cobb jersey and trophy. It's interesting, the Ty Cobb jersey is actually from his days with the Philadelphia Athletics there. The pine tar bat thing, this was classic. I'd have to see. Somebody made an electric shadow box of that, the ball, the bat, a thing of pine tar, and something else to commemorate that. So, all of this was in Halper's collection. The M&M Boys, Maris and Mantle, a bat and a glove. Willie Mays's, looks like Willie Mays's travel duffel. And then this is just talking about the auction, I suppose. So that was from Sotheby's. They made this little 15-card set. I didn't even know it existed. I was just thumbing through eBay once and saw that and snagged that real quick. All right, so I know we're a little long. I'm sorry about that, but I like to talk baseball history and baseball memorabilia. What can I tell you? All right, so today's question, I have a nice prize here. Freddie Freeman from this year's Topps set. It is the Rainbow Parallel version of Freddie Freeman. Not numbered, but it's cool. Freddie Freeman Rainbow Parallel. That's the prize today, if you can answer this question. We're getting into the pennant races now. The races to the end of the season to see who's going to have the best record to get to the postseason. And in light of that, a couple questions this week about pennant races. So, prior to I'm just going to use 1950. It was a couple years later that expansion and travel and shifting of franchises started happening. But there were always 8 teams per league, no divisions. So if you were first, you had beaten 7 other teams in your division to get to first place. Historically, there was one team, the first team, I should say, who in this 8-team format, where you had to be the best of 8 teams in order to get to the World Series. There wasn't even a playoff. You got right to the World Series. That was it. So in that era, prior to 1950, and after 1900, let's quantify it in the modern age of the World Series. What was the first team who happened to be in last place on the 4th of July, but still ended up winning their league and getting to the World Series? So again, this team was in last place on July 4th. It's the first team to do this. Last place on July 4th, but then won enough games to take over first place and go to the World Series. So name me that team. So the year it happened and the team name, and you'll be entered into the Sunday drawing to win that great Freddie Freeman card. Again, it is questions can be answered today and tomorrow. Email me your correct answer. We'll pick a winner on Sunday, okay? So what I'm going to do this week is just bit by bit show off a couple trades that I got. So I always go on the tradingcarddatabase.com. I do that almost every day. I would like to do it more, but I've been slow. So what you do is you send in your stuff to somebody else. They send it back. It has a number so you can track it easily. So Ben sent me this one card in trade. But I am working on 1991, or not, I'm sorry, 1999, I believe, Topps Finest. This is the 1999 Topps Finest. I'm working on the 1990 Topps Finest set and Topps Stadium Club set. Why? Because Kevin makes me. Kevin over at Kevin's Budget Card Breaks. I've been buying some of his more recent breaks, and he's been doing random packs of old. And for whatever reason, he had a whole lot of 1999 Stadium Club and 1999 Topps Finest. I don't know where he got them, but I have so many of those two sets now that I'm trying to finish those sets. And I'm dang close, believe it or not, to the Topps Stadium Club from 1999. I'm dang close to finishing it. The Topps Finest is a different story. I think it's like a 350 card set or something like that, and I've got less than 100 still to go, but I got so many. I got about 80 now. I figured I'd just finish it up. So this is my Tony Clark card from 1999 Topps Finest. Another one to add to my collection. That's all I wanted to show you today. Hope you enjoyed all that. Don't forget the trivia question. You could win your Freddie Freeman Rainbow. I will repeat the question in the description below, along with adding my email, so please take a stab at that one. If you saw Sunday's video, a lot of good stuff in Sunday's trivia recap. So anyway, I appreciate you all stopping by. Please consider like, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. I appreciate all the support. I try my best to support other members of this great card community. I thank you very much for watching. Value your time. Thank you for watching again. Hope to see you again on Wednesday. More stuff. Take care.